Welcome back to Superbly Said Advanced English Vocabulary and Phrases.
Today, we're digging into some really high-impact expressions from a SpeakDuo lesson on big tech versus Hollywood.
That's right. And remember, you can go to SpeakDuo.com to meet people from all over the world.
Yeah, practice your English on video calls, get more confident. It's a great setup.
Okay, so let's just jump right in. We're starting with a phrase that it really packs a punch. It's a strong one. Brain rot.
It's aggressive, right? And that's its power. When the source talks about Hollywood having tech company brain rot, it's not just a bad idea.
No.
It's talking about a deep, like a pervasive decay in thinking across the whole company.
Exactly. And the nuance here is so important. I mean, if I said someone has cognitive dissonance, that's a personal, internal thing.
Right, a conflict in their own head.
But if you say a company has brain rot, you're talking about systemic stupidity, a whole culture that's just decaying. You have to be ready for the impact of that.
Oh, absolutely. This is for when, being polite is no longer the goal.
Right.
So in a work meeting, you might say, if we just chase every trend, we're risking institutional brain rot. We need to focus on long-term strategy.
Or in, say, an IELTS task about society. I think there's a kind of cultural brain rot from social media. Everyone's chasing likes instead of substance.
Okay, next up, a very useful phrase. At large.
Ah, yes. This one is key for generalizing but still sounding, credible.
Totally. The lesson uses it to say, the entertainment industry at large is suffering.
It's just the most efficient way to talk about the whole industry, or society, the big picture.
And it's more formal than just saying generally speaking, isn't it?
Much more. When you say at large, you're describing a force that covers the whole group. There are really no exceptions. Generally speaking, sort of leaves room for them.
That precision is everything. So you could be talking to a manager and say, our Q4 numbers were a bit weak, but for the economy at large, we actually did better than our competitors.
Perfect. Or for a macro topic, technology has changed my country at large by making everything so much more digital.
Okay, moving to another really powerful metaphor. This one's also very critical. To strip mining culture.
Ooh, I love this one. It sounds so intense.
It's meant to be. The source says Disney is strip mining culture with all its remakes. It's not just reusing ideas.
No, it's about taking all the value out and giving, nothing new back?
Exactly. It's total depletion. If I say a company is recycling content, that's just a business practice. It's maybe a bit lazy.
Sure.
But strip mining, that's a destructive metaphor. It means you're leaving the ground completely barren for anyone who comes after.
That's the power of it. You'd use it in a serious discussion, maybe about creative industries.
Right. If every studio only focuses on spin-offs, aren't they just strip mining culture instead of, investing in originality?
It even works for a personal opinion, gives it weight. Sometimes it just feels like Hollywood is strip mining culture. It's the same old stories again and again.
Okay, let's shift gears a bit towards something more audacious. The phrase is to swing for the fences.
A baseball metaphor. I like it.
The lesson said Netflix swung for the fences with streaming, and it paid off.
You're not just trying to get a small win.
You're going for the home run, the biggest possible reward.
Exactly.
But I think the risk is the key part of the meaning. It's not just taking a chance.
Right.
When you swing for the fences, you know that you might miss completely. A total strikeout. It's that high-stakes, all-or-nothing feel.
That's great for a strategy meeting, trying to push for innovation. Look, we can make small updates, or we can swing for the fences and launch something totally disruptive, knowing it might fail spectacularly.
And for a personal reflection, maybe. I always played it safe in my career, but when I quit my job to start my own company, that was me trying to swing for the fences.
Okay, last one before our quiz. A really useful one for difficult conversations. Let's call it like it is.
This phrase is a signal, isn't it? It signals a shift from, polite denial to just honesty.
Total honesty. No sugarcoating. And it feels more natural than saying to speak candidly.
Yeah, much more. Let's call it like it is almost like a challenge. You say it when you feel like people are avoiding the truth.
The lesson used it perfectly. Hollywood keeps avoiding the issue, but let's call it like it is. The industry is struggling.
It cuts right through the noise, and it's essential for a team that's in trouble.
Oh, definitely. We've been saying this project is challenging, but let's call it like it is. We're behind schedule and we need an extension.
Exactly. Understanding the impact of these phrases is really what makes an advanced speaker.
It is. And to help make sure these ideas stick, we've got a quick quiz based on the full lesson.
This will really test your grasp of the context. Okay, question 1. The phrase, "here's how it works," is mainly used when the speaker wants to A. Introduce the rules of an activity before you start. B. Summarize the results after you've finished. Or C. Complain that a system is confusing.
Feel free to pause the critique here if you need to think about the answer.
And the correct option is A. The phrase, "here's how it works," is all about laying out the rules and structure beforehand. Super functional.
All right, question 2. When the host says, "it's up to you," he's emphasizing that A. Other people will probably influence you. B. Your choice doesn't really matter. Or C. You personally have the final authority and responsibility. Pause if you need a moment on that one. What does "it's up to you" really mean? The answer is C. When someone says "it's up to you," they are handing the power and the responsibility directly over to you.
Okay, question 3. Saying a, quote, could have been said by someone suggests that the line, A, definitely comes from that person. B, sounds believable or typical for that person even if they didn't say it. Or C, legally belongs to that person.
Pause now to think about what "could have been said by" implies.
The correct option is B. It's all about plausibility. It sounds like something they would say based on their character or style.
On to question 4. Calling an option a no-brainer implies that choosing it A requires almost no thought because it's the obvious choice, B demands careful reflection, or C shows you enjoy taking risks.
Take a moment to think about what makes something a no-brainer.
The correct option is A. A no-brainer is a decision that's so easy and obvious, you don't even have to think about it.
Question 5. In the expression, "the vote was a landslide," what does the word landslide describe? Is it A, a narrow result?
B, a surprising tie. Or C, an overwhelming result where one side wins by a huge margin.
Pause if you need to. Think about the scale of a landslide.
The answer is C. A landslide victory is massive, an overwhelming win.
Okay, question 6. When they say a situation could go either way, what do they mean? A, the result is decided but secret.
B, it could reasonably lead to two different outcomes. Or C, it will inevitably turn out badly.
Final pause here. What's the uncertainty in could go either way?
And the correct option is B. Could go either way means there's genuine uncertainty. Two outcomes are both plausible. Question 7. Used as a joke in the lesson. Someone tell me to be quiet is a playful way to what? A. Admit you're talking too much and invite someone to stop you.
B, warn that you're about to reveal a secret.
Or C. Signal that you're about to interrupt someone.
Time to think about that funny phrase, "someone tell me to be quiet."
The correct option is A. It's a self-aware, humorous way of saying, "I know I'm rambling, feel free to jump in."
And our last one, question 8. On a talk show, when the host says stick around, what are they telling the audience? A, to switch channels for a bit.
B, to stay and keep watching because more is coming.
Or C, to leave the studio quickly.
Last chance to pause before we wrap this up.
The correct option is B. Stick around is a classic host move to keep the audience right where they are for the next segment.
So we covered some really great phrases today. The critical, brain rot, the all-encompassing at-large, the destructive to strip mining culture, the very bold to swing for the fences.
And the very direct, let's call it like it is.
I think the main point here is that advanced English is about precision. It's choosing the exact right phrase for the exact right moment.
It really is. It's a strategic choice. Are you discussing economics with at large, or are you forcing a difficult conversation with let's call it like it is?
Right. Using these expressions will just elevate your communication so much. We really encourage you to try them out.
And if you have any written work, a report, or an essay where you're trying to use this kind of language, feel free to submit it to us.
We're here to give that high-level feedback to make sure your work really lands with impact. Keep challenging yourselves, keep aiming for that next level of precision. and we'll see you next time.